let's talk some spoilers.
I'm Han.
I'm Bryn.
And we are Dungeons and Drag Kings.
Dungeons and Drag Kings.
So we just saw Evil Dead Rise, an advanced screening, a couple days ago. And by the time you're seeing this, it'll already be out, April 21st.
Yeah. So if you don't want spoilers, please don't watch this.
Go watch our non-spoiler
watch
review.
the non-spoiler review and go see the movie because it's good.
It's so good. If you're like me, sometimes I watch reviews for things I've never seen. Don't do that with this.
Don't do that.
Just go see it.
We're okay. Just, close out of this.
You can add this to your favorites. You can subscribe. You can like, and then you can come back to it later.
After you've seen it.
Yeah.
And we can talk.
You'll thank us later.
We're going to open the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
We're going to sick the Deadites on you.
Assuming all y'all who haven't seen it have already gone, now we can talk spoilers.
Let's talk spoilers.
We can unzip here. Let's unzip. There we go. So, where do we want to start with this movie? Because it's so good.
Let's talk about There's More Than One Book.
There's more than one book. That book design for this new Necronomicon, they said there's 3. So there's 3 books of the dead.
So we at least get one more movie.
We at least do.
At the very bare minimum.
And I don't think this book got destroyed, did it?
No. We didn't see it after they... Well, let's talk first about narrative structure.
Okay.
Because I think it was really cool that they set up the beginning of this movie the end of the movie.
That's right.
So we saw what happened in the aftermath of, the whole thing and how this book ended up in LA, in this apartment building, and then how the Deadites entered the vessel and went back out into the woods. Yeah. We saw the whole thing come full circle.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that was super cool. And I loved that, we had this reason for the book being there. We had the reason for the things happening, and...
There's no holes. This movie had no holes.
It's pretty airtight.
Okay, let's talk about that opening, though. Oh, my goodness. Apart from just the title card, which is the sickest title card I've ever seen.
Oh, my God. When she's coming out of the water.
Music, and it's just like...
I will have to say, you see that shot in the trailer of her hovering over the water, but, the title screen in the back with that music, literal, I have goosebumps now.
Midsommar level of scary, eerie, using music to a really good effect. I love the little Wuthering Heights reference. Love that book. Anyway, we're
when she's when she's backwards on the bed reading the Wuthering.
Reading it.
Oh, it was so creepy.
Good for all you English literary nerds like us. I just loved the use of the drone and you're not expecting what they're gonna do with it, but you know they're gonna do something with it. Yeah. It was so shocking, and the scalping that happens, oh my gosh, that was so terrifying.
The cool thing with the drone is that they used it to create that iconic Evil Dead shot with the moving camera moving through the and you find out it's a drone. I thought that was cool.
This movie was funny and fun, even though it was terrifying.
It was very scary. It was very successful in both realms.
I heard a lot of people laughing, and I don't know if it was out of nerves. When you laugh and you're nervous and you're actually kind of scared. This is Rocco.
This is Rocco. So this is what he wants. He wants Weenie, but Weenie not for dogs. But now you know what this means because you're seeing our review. Yeah. The spoiler review. Weenie. Let's talk about that cheese grater scene.
My goodness. That was probably the part that stuck with me the most. Yeah. You know why I think it freaked me out the most that I am just realizing in this moment?
What?
That's the exact spot I got my tattoo last week. But it's on the back of the leg. Now we can talk about which character does it, but it's the sister, Yeah. She pulls out the cheese grater and she just...
Well, the thing is, you see it get knocked, because a lot of the action, some of these really creepy scenes take place in their kitchen. And you see it get knocked to the ground. And there's a couple of shots with that cheese grater in it.
And you're going,
it's coming. Oh, no. And it's in the trailer, too. It's in the trailer. Yeah. So it's, but still, even though you're like, because they show the cheese grater. Yeah.
I mean, I've never conceptualized, getting hurt with a cheese grater like that.
Speaking of that, and you mentioned tattoos, the tattoo gun. That was an interesting weapon of choice with the... Yeah. And that's how the demon entered the sibling. Through the tattoo
It's interesting that, like, the mom character in this film, like, she was a good mom. I don't know, the way that, like, they characterized her before getting possessed... She was actually a decent mom. A different mother takes her place once it's the demon, and so it's kind of does like a good mom and then like the other mom, you know, effect. So it's really tragic. Yeah.
I hate it. First of all, like, you care about these characters. We said this in our other review. You care about these characters so much that when they start getting possessed, it's like...
It's heartbreaking,
like, oh,
actually.
Man, not that... Yeah. And the thing we talked about, I think probably the most, is just how bad we felt for the little girl.
She's just, like, covering her ears and just trying to get through it all.
Her whole family, like, gets overcome by demons and then turns into this really vile creature with the creature. I have to say, I thought this creature was so well done. I hate it in horror films when there's a monster or there's some sort of mysterious element or something and it's like very creepy and then they finally show it and you're like, oh, that's the thing. Like, I'm not scared of that. That looks hokey. Like something. It or something at the end of It where they're like, you know, you see the thing and you're like, this is not... They didn't really even show this creature very much at all. Yeah. When you finally see it, you're like, oh, that's creepy. And then to think that this little girl is being hunted by this thing. Yeah. And it's literally this monstrosity of her 3 family members. It's like the Cerberus, like...
I think there's something about it. I think, knowing the relation these characters have with each other and that they were once like a loving family, you know, cool mom and 2 siblings that, they fought, but they cared about each other, I think, deeply. This poor little girl, she's just like having to cope through it all. I think I felt the worst for her, besides, you know, when she comes face to face with her family that's now a creature, is when she, oh my gosh, what was the name of her little doll character?
Stephanie! Kill of the movie goes to Stephanie!
1.
Oh my God, let's talk about that.
That part was so sad for the little girl. Like, oh, she's traumatized for life.
I did not see that coming. I can usually call that stuff. And like... the baby doll head that she cuts off in the beginning and she sticks on that spike.
But when they were horsing around, the spike broke.
It did.
Earlier in the film, I did see something coming with the scissors that slid underneath the couch.
Yeah,
I thought,
that was very obvious.
They're going to use that later.
But you don't see that impalement coming at all. It was very shocking.
That was very shocking.
That was cool. One of my, I think, top moments of the film where I was like the most freaked out, the most scared, was the moment where, so after Stephanie impales sibling's head, they tie their sibling to the bed, and they put a bunch of sheets over their siblings.
Oh yeah.
And later, obviously, they're, you know, the Evil Dead. They're rising. And the sister and the other sibling, the little girl and the other sibling they're trying to like find a way out or trying to do something. And all of a sudden, around here you see the sheet just like kind of floating behind them.
Like a ghost.
Oh my God! And then they didn't they left you hanging for about 30 seconds as they're like, and you're like, oh, I know something's coming, but I don't know what. And that was just that was such a cool shot.
There was the scene through the reverse peephole, that was very scary.
Yeah, a lot of action happens through that peephole. Like, we saw a little bit in the trailer. We see that, you know, that there's like some moments with that, so you know it's coming, but like,
open up now.
Yeah. But even then, you know, they're watching certain things. Obviously, this is a spoiler review, so we can talk about the neighbors. There's a whole scene where the mother is just taking out the neighbors one by one through the peephole, and you're watching these people just
and then they all eventually, you know, become possessed themselves.
Yeah.
And I think that's always the scary part about this franchise is no one is ever, like, stays dead, you know?
No.
What has been replaying in my head was the scene with the glass, where the sister's eating the glass and has to get rid of her stomach or something.
There were bugs in her, and she was trying to kill the bugs in her stomach, and she's grinning at this glass.
That part was just
creepy.
They may not be practical effects in this film, but they looked like it. They were so good. When she swallows the glass, you can see it poking through her neck.
You see it sliding down.
That was really, really good.
Another creepy moment that stood out to me was when Beth is listening to, she's got the headphones on and she's listening to the record with the incantation, and meanwhile Mama's out in the hallway and she's just standing by the door, and then earlier in the film, then one of the neighbors had talked about their cat that lived in the vents, and they were trying to get their cat out, and all of a sudden you hear the cat, and you see this like light bulb moment with Mama, and there she goes up into and she's crawling out of the vent ceiling behind her as she's like listening. That's a creepy thing in horror films. It's always creepy for me to see things crawling on the ceiling or things moving about in like these like really like jerky, like wretch, like
when the mom first turns, it's very scary.
It is.
When her eyes just kind of open, and you're realizing she's not dead, but everyone thinks she's dead.
The way that she turns too was like a really fun nod to the originals, where it's usually the vines that entrap the person. The vines are swirling around and stuff, and they have them in these like really like hanging movements. So for this one, obviously, it happens in the elevator where the cables come down and like trap her and like bend her and snap her, and she gets kind of jostled around in the elevator before.
That part was so good.
I love the earthquake too. The element of the earthquake like sets up this chain of events. You know, it's like it traps them. It knocks the cell phone service out. It opens the hole in the parking garage where they end up finding the book. They find all that stuff hidden. Yeah. So the earthquake was kind of an interesting character almost. It was like a little bit of a driving, what do you call it? Like a plot device.
It's like it sets off all the other action in the movie.
Inciting incident, baby.
Incident.
Oh, film class, coming at you. Inciting incident.
I had that in my brain and I forgot the term for it. Speaking of inciting incident, the way that the Book of the Dead is read in this one is really unique, and I loved the way that the sibling character. I'm forgetting.
I don't remember the siblings' names. I know. I want to see it again. We have to see it again. The
DJ kid.
I'm not going to do that ever again. That was sibling DJ.
DJ kid. So DJ kid puts on his headphones and he's reading from the book, but he's not reading anything aloud.
Well, first of all, so he finds all that stuff in the basement, and before he plays the records, the new design of the book with the teeth, and he pricks his finger on it, and then the blood from his finger just gets like soaked up into the book.
Then it opens.
Because that is like a recurring theme in the Evil Dead franchise, is that like the book requires blood to get it going. There's always something happening where somebody's flicking their blood. Don't flick blood on your books. Don't do that. You find an old book.
Don't get a paper cut.
Hey, guess what? Leave it alone. Just let it be. Don't put your blood on it. Don't take it. Just leave it. Yeah. Don't read from it, especially if it's like Latin.
Don't read. Just don't read.
Reading is not fundamental, okay?
No. We have the internet. We don't need books.
Just listen to audiobooks. But unless they're this kind of thing, then don't do that.
That's the thing. It was like a record player, and this kid is obsessed with doing like remixes as a DJ, and that was just so original.
You know what I would, though? I would listen to a remix of the Incantation. I'd listen to that, and I'd be like, release the demons, demons.
Like a Spotify playlist with all these remixes. Yeah, but like when the voice was coming through and it was like really low and that reverb was happening, it was so spooky.
And we were so close to the screen.
The sound design in this movie is really cool. Yeah, and I felt bad for that kid, like, because he felt so guilty after that, knowing that like because of him, his mom is gone and stuff.
He turns into a creature with his family.
He does. That creature, I think,
is scary.
Scarred me for life. Like,
and how it like forms where they're all just like digging into the mother or whatever, and then you don't see it, and you're like, that's something. You just hear like a skittering, a scuttering.
Yeah, you hear the creature before you even see the creature. Really, like you just see like, you know, they keep it to the shadows
for a hand or a foot or a thing or.
Talk about an enmeshed family.
Ooh.
There you go,
baby. There are some themes here. There are some themes.
I like our protagonist and how she realizes she's pregnant. That's literally the first scene you see of her. Yeah. So her entire journey in this film is how she's realizing she's going to become a parent, and is she ready for that?
Preparing her for motherhood.
Yeah.
You know, basically, now, if she can survive this,
now she's going to be a double mom.
Double mom.
She thought she had 9 months or something to prepare. Ooh. Nope. She's a mom now.
Nope. And everybody gets to go to therapy.
Yeah, they need some therapy after this. I think they've definitely set it up for at least a sequel to this.
At the very least. Because we know there's one more book, and I want to know what that book is, where that book is. I feel like there's some sort of cult or something. There's some sort of overarching story maybe now that they can put together with the different books and who's found them. Obviously, there was some sort of cult going on with this specific book that we see in this film.
We're here for the cult stuff.
A group of like priests or something, or bishops or whoever.
Can we talk about the Jesus cross flying at the screen? It was Jesus.
Probably the best jump scare of them all.
I looked at you and I was like, oh, religious trauma much?
Yeah, no, seriously.
Oh my god, that was so funny. It was like, here's Jesus.
I really liked also when the kid goes down into that cellar and there's all the little crucifixes,
the rosaries and hanging.
Rosaries, yeah. It kind of was reminiscent of, in the new Evil Dead, the 2013 remake, where they've got all the sacrificed animals hanging from the ceiling. Yeah. It kind of reminded me of that. There was some bad things that happened here.
Something has happened here. Oh, I do have to say, because I am the person who, once we see an animal introduced into the film, I have to know if the animal is going to be okay. There is a cat in this film, and as far as we know, I think the cat's okay.
The cat is okay.
DoesTheCatDie.com answer is no.
The cat is fine.
Fine.
So if you see a cat, the cat will live. You're okay to watch.
Good show.
You're okay. We got you. We will always tell you if the cat or dog or pet is okay.
And back to the spoilers.
I think coming away from this film, the top 3 things about it for me were the gore and certain key scenes, like when they're got the cheese grater, the glass eating, the drone and the scalping and things like that. The sound, the music and the way that the sound design was utilized and the incantation, that was really striking. Yeah. And then I think, maybe the family dynamics and the way that you kind of like empathize with these characters and don't want anything bad to happen to them. I think even if I rewatch it, I'll still feel that way. I think it was really well written. So, yeah. What about you?
Top 3?
Yeah.
I'll do top 3. Number 1 has to be, hands down, the title card sequence.
The title card.
I will forever be obsessed with that. It was just, I don't know. I mean, I'm a horror fan through and through. I've seen so many horror films. I've seen a lot of films just in general, but I love horror, and I think there's something so striking about a title card sequence, if it's done right. Yeah. My favorite one, I think, in any piece of media I've ever seen. It's just so good. Yeah. And that starts off the movie like right away. You're just like, we're going, like, let's go. I'm obsessed. I want to watch that movie again just for the title card sequence. Number 2, the objects that were used as weapons in this. Yeah. Top tier. I'm snapping so much. Yes. I'm like, boom, 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 boom. I'm passionate.
Stephanie.
Tattoo gun. Cheese grater. Yeah. We had so many interesting things used as weapons in this.
The drone.
The
meat processor, the harvesting machine at the end.
Oh, yeah. It was like a wood chipper almost or something.
Wood chipper, yeah.
Because they were trying to demolish the building. It was like there were some different pieces of equipment in the parking garage basement of the building, I think, for that purpose.
So scary.
Number 3. It's tough. Ooh, let's go with Jesus jump scare. Boom! Jesus jump scare.
That was the best jump scare, I think, of any film. Yeah. Well, you guys, that kind of covers it on our end, but if you have any of your favorite moments from the movie, please leave it in the comments. This is a spoiler zone, but, please don't spoil it for anyone else until they've had a good chance to see it.
This is a spoiler video, so if you want to leave your spoily comments, do it here.
Yeah.
It's a great place. Tell us what you loved. Tell us if you didn't love it.
Yeah.
Tell us what your favorite Evil Dead film is. How you rank them.
Yeah.
Oh, boom! Did we just say the same thing
Yes, we did.
again?
Yeah.
Tell me how much you love this awesome sweatshirt?
It's so good.
It's so weird to see myself on camera wearing white because I am typically...
You're the one in black.
Always. Everything I own almost is black. And this sweatshirt is white. And you know what? I think I'm okay with that. Look at this handprint.
I love the handprint. It's so good.
But, I mean, like, I'll wear white for this.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we loved it. We'll happily go see it again.
I want to go see it again.
We're going to tell all our friends. Please go tell all your friends to go see it. Again, share with us what you liked most about it. If we missed anything, please let us know.
Yeah.
And please stick around. If you guys love horror films, if you love all things geeky, nerdy, drag, cosplay, Star Wars, Our Flag Means Death, Marvel, Disney, cute dogs.
Yeah.
We got cute
one.
dogs.
We got one
here. Yeah. And hit that subscribe button. Like, share, comment.
Oh my god, we get to say that now.
Yeah, we
Ding the little bell.
Ding the little
subscribe.
bell. Yeah. Until next time, you guys, we drop videos on Thursdays. Because Thursdays are for the thems.
Tell us what you want to see.
Yeah. What kind of content would you guys like to see?
I want to know.
Yeah.
We're new at this, so
we'll do quizzes. We'll quiz each other.
Yeah.
We will review your favorite stuff, our favorite stuff.
I want to do some things where I show Han some scary movies that they've never seen before. Watch Chopping Mall.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
You know what I mean? Like, let's do it, and then you guys can watch it with us and have some fun.
Yes.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Ghouls, gays, and theys. Stay safe out there.
Bye for now.
Don't get haunted by deadites.
No.
And don't spoil this movie.
And don't read.
Bye.
Bye.
Because Thursdays are for the
babies.
Thursdays are for the thems.
For the they.
We'll get it right. One more time. What are they like? Thursdays are for the they thems. What are we saying? Are we saying Thursdays are for the thems or for the they thems? Okay. Woo!
Thursdays are for the thems. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it.